Love is powerful. It has the ability to make us feel invincible, like we've found something rare, something worth fighting for. It convinces us that we are meant to endure, to be patient, and to hold on when things get tough. But love also has a dangerous side. It can make us blind to the things we should never accept. It starts so small, so subtle, that you don't even notice it at first. A promise broken here, a dismissive response there, an apology that doesn't feel sincere, but you brush it off because you don't want to seem difficult. The person you care about forgets something important to you, but you tell yourself, they didn't mean it. Then it happens again and again, but you stay because you love them, because you believe that if you just hold on a little longer, if you just give them enough time, they'll change, because you think love is about patience, and maybe you're just expecting too much. But here's the brutal truth. Love should not require you to betray yourself. Yet, slowly, you do. You shrink yourself to avoid arguments. You stop expressing your needs because they make you feel needy. You apologize for things that aren't even your fault, just to keep the peace. You give and give and give, but what do you receive? The first time they make you feel small, you brush it off. The second time, you make excuses for them. The third time, you start believing that maybe, just maybe, you deserve to be treated this way. This is how people lose themselves. And the scariest part? You don't even realize it's happening. You become so used to the emotional ups and downs that they start feeling normal. You convince yourself that love is supposed to hurt, that every couple has problems, that you're just being too sensitive. But deep down, there's a voice inside you screaming that something isn't right. You ignore it, because you don't want to start over, because you've invested too much, because the thought of leaving feels more painful than staying. So, you hold on. You hold on until the weight of the relationship becomes too heavy to carry. You hold on until you're exhausted, emotionally drained, and so disconnected from yourself that you don't even know who you are anymore. And that's the real danger of tolerating the wrong things. It's not just about the relationship. It's about what it does to you. It makes you question your worth. It makes you doubt your instincts. It makes you accept less than you deserve because you've convinced yourself that this is all love is. But love, real love, does not make you feel small. It does not exhaust you, manipulate you, or make you beg for the bare minimum. Real love does not require you to tolerate what breaks you. And the moment you start accepting things that hurt you, you set the stage for a lifetime of disappointment. So, before we move forward, take a moment. Ask yourself, what have you been tolerating that you shouldn't? Because the things you allow today will shape the way you live tomorrow. The hardest part of being in a relationship where you tolerate too much isn't just the pain, it's the silence that comes with it. You start by keeping things to yourself, thinking, it's not a big deal. You don't speak up when they talk down to you. You laugh off the jokes that make you feel uncomfortable. You tell yourself you're just being too sensitive. But over time, something happens. You stop recognizing yourself. You used to be confident, but now you second-guess everything you say. You used to be full of life, but now you feel drained every day. You used to know what you wanted, but now you only focus on keeping the peace. And that's the cost of staying silent. You become a stranger to yourself. At first, you might not even notice. You tell yourself you're just tired, that things will get better soon. But deep down, you know the truth. You've been shrinking yourself to fit into a relationship that no longer feels safe. The worst part? The longer you tolerate this, the harder it is to walk away. Because by now, you've convinced yourself that this is normal, that your needs are too much, that you should just be grateful for what you have. And when you start thinking like this, you stop asking for the love and respect you deserve. You tolerate unanswered texts. You tolerate being the only one putting in effort. You tolerate the excuses, the lies, the lack of accountability. And the more you tolerate, the less respect you receive. But let me tell you something. The moment you stop demanding respect is the moment you stop receiving it. Because respect isn't something you beg for, it's something you expect. And if someone refuses to give it to you, they are showing you exactly how they feel about you. That's why so many people wake up one day feeling lost in their own relationships. They realize they've spent months, maybe even years, making excuses for someone who never truly valued them. They gave chance after chance, hoping things would change, but nothing ever did. And the reason is simple. People will only treat you as badly as you allow them to. So, if you stay silent in a relationship that hurts you, you are teaching them that their actions have no consequences. You are telling them, it's okay to disrespect me. I won't leave. You are showing them that your love is unconditional, but their effort is optional. And that is a dangerous imbalance, because when you keep tolerating the wrong things, you send a message that you are willing to sacrifice your happiness for the sake of a relationship, that you would rather be in pain than be alone. But let me tell you something. Being alone is far better than being with someone who makes you feel alone. Because loneliness doesn't come from being single. It comes from being in a relationship where you feel invisible. So, the real question is this. What will it take for you to stop staying silent? Because if you don't speak up, if you don't stand up for yourself, if you don't demand better, then nothing will ever change. And one day, you'll wake up and realize you wasted years trying to be good enough for someone who never even deserved you. You deserve to be heard. You deserve to be respected. You deserve a love that doesn't require you to suffer first. There comes a moment in every unhealthy relationship when you have to make a choice. You can either continue tolerating the things that are breaking you down, or you can choose to walk away and finally reclaim your peace. And let me tell you, that moment is not easy. You'll question yourself. You'll wonder if you're overreacting. You'll fear being alone. You'll remember all the good times and convince yourself that maybe, just maybe, things can change. And that's exactly why so many people stay, because they hold on to potential instead of reality. They believe that if they just love harder, forgive more, and remain patient, the other person will finally see their worth. But here's the truth. You cannot change someone who doesn't see a problem with their behavior. No amount of love will fix someone who doesn't want to be better. No amount of patience will make someone appreciate you if they already take you for granted. The more you tolerate the bare minimum, the more you teach them that it's enough. And that's why walking away is the ultimate act of self-respect. Because when you choose to leave behind a relationship that is harming you, you're not just leaving a person. You're leaving behind a version of yourself that tolerated less than what you deserved. And when you do that, something incredible happens. You start to rebuild yourself. At first, it might feel strange. You might miss them. You might feel lost. You might even second-guess your decision. But then, slowly, you'll start to feel lighter. You'll wake up and realize that you no longer have to explain yourself to someone who never listened. You no longer have to beg for attention from someone who didn't value you. You no longer have to fight for a love that should have been given freely. And in that moment, you will understand the most powerful truth of all. Losing someone who doesn't respect you is not a loss. It's a gain. Because every time you let go of something toxic, you make room for something beautiful. A healthier mindset, a stronger sense of self-worth, a future where you no longer settle for less. And maybe, just maybe, you'll finally meet the kind of love that doesn't require you to suffer first. But that journey starts with you. It starts the moment you decide that you are worthy of better, So, if you've been tolerating things that are hurting you, if you've been making excuses for someone who constantly lets you down, this is your sign to stop settling, your sign to stop waiting for someone to change, your sign to choose yourself. Because the moment you do, everything changes. You start walking differently, you start speaking differently, you start attracting people who actually deserve your love and effort. And that's the kind of life you deserve. So don't waste another second trying to prove your worth to someone who refuses to see it. You are enough. You always have been, and the right person will never need to be convinced of that. Now tell me, are you ready to stop tolerating less than what you deserve?